Before this video starts, I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for saying this, but G-Eazy is probably my favorite rapper, and I'm so glad to finally see him make it. I've been following him ever since my sophomore year in high school, which was back in like 2014, and he deserves all his fame due to all his hard work he has put into his music. So with that being said, why do people hate G-Eazy? If you don't know who G-Eazy is, he's basically a rapper from Oakland, California, also known as the Bay Area. And I like to say the first song that catapulted him into the mainstream spotlight was probably Me, Myself, and I, featuring BB Rexa. I'm not going to go and tell you his whole life story because that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to explain, or at least try to explain, why people don't like G-Eazy. So the first reason that people don't like G-Eazy is that his music is kind of bland or generic. He basically just hops on what is hype at the moment without adding anything unique to those styles. Personally, I love G-Eazy, and I think his best album was his debut, These Things Happen, which was released back in 2014. His debut album talked about his life struggles, how hard it was for him to come up in the rap game, and stuff that was just really personal to him. And not to mention, his production was just amazing. I think one of the better songs from him is Everything Will Be Okay, featuring Kehlani from his album When It's Dark Out. In this song, he talks about the death of his mother's girlfriend, and you can just tell this was really personal to G, and anyone could relate to this. He also mixes the hip-hop and pop styles with songs like Him and I featuring Halsey, Me, Myself, and I featuring BB Rexa, Sober featuring Charlie Puth, Some Kind of Drug featuring Marky Bassey, and Good Life with Kehlani, just to name a few. And I'm pretty sure he's as close as a pop rapper as we are going to get. This can be seen in his latest album, The Beautiful and Damned. So when it comes to the issue that G-Eazy is bland, I really can't agree with that statement, as you can see progression of his music from his debut to his just released album. His debut was very calm and chill, and since he still has some of those type of songs in his new album. So let's move on to the second reason, and that G-Eazy is mediocre. He is pretty forgettable and doesn't really have anything special about him. His flow is average, boring, and can be seen as lazy, and his lyrics are not that interesting with the exception of a couple songs. But when compared to today's rappers like Lil Pump,
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang,
Tekashi 69,
and I'ma prove it back, don't be moving stupid, or I'ma use it. Dicky stiffy, bet she get some licky,
and all those other shitty SoundCloud rappers. Don't get me wrong, there are a few good SoundCloud rappers, but pretty much the rest of them are pretty garbage. You start to realize that G-Eazy really isn't that bad, and at least you can hear what he is saying, and you can tell he actually puts some thought into his lyrics, and he does have some bars, but he isn't on the same level as, say, Kendrick Lamar. Most people might disagree, but I think that G-Eazy has his own style of rapping. He generally makes slower paced songs, and you don't really see this that often in hip-hop, with the exception of, let's say, I think Post Malone also does this sometimes. But that's just my opinion. If you guys have a different opinion, then, just let me know. And let's move on to the next reason, and that G-Eazy is corny. From his whole appearance to his lyrics, everything about him is pretty corny. People say he dresses up as if it was a character he plays. I think I have to disagree with that, because he looks pretty fly with that jacket, and I think he's like one of the only people that can pull off that 50s, 60s retro style look with that black leather jacket. And out of all the G-Eazy songs, I only found one song to be corny, and that was Say So, which he basically describes taking my girlfriend and fucking her. But I don't know, it is kind of corny, but that's like the only song I found that was pretty corny.
fuck Gerald, fuck G-Eazy, he's so corny, oh my god, I hate the way my girlfriend looks at him. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it to you. It just happened. I didn't mean to trip and fall and land inside of her vagina. I swear it was an accident!
So this last reason to why G-Eazy is hated isn't a big reason, but it still plays a minor role, and that is G-Eazy's white. I know a lot of people don't like his music because he's a white rapper, and there's like a stereotype of white rappers and how they're always garbage and stuff. But I don't think it's that big of a number to make it a big significance. But don't get me wrong, people still bash on G-Eazy just because he's a white rapper. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Like I've said before, I love G-Eazy and his music. I've been listening to this guy for a pretty long time now, and I'm finally so happy he blew up. But what do you guys think about G-Eazy? Do you guys think he's corny? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. I would genuinely love to see what you guys have to say about G-Eazy. Also, if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys all for watching.